there is no such thing as the graphene quality. First, there is the application. So first you need to declare what you're doing. So at the beginning of the paper or your website of the company, say, I am selling graphene modulators for the 6G. So the future of telecommunication. Immediately that defines the quality, because we know that the most important parameter is the scattering time. And the scattering time needs to be as big as possible. That's it. I have 2 picosecond scattering time, fantastic quality. I have like 10 femtosecond of material. But it depends on what you're doing. It doesn't depend on graphene. The poor graphene doesn't care.
Within academic fields, there is this understanding. I mean, I can't even say it's an understanding. There's an expectations to talk about quality, but graphene, as we have discussed during this couple of days, can take a lot of different forms. SP2 can have a lot of different applications. I showed earlier that the fact that we have polycrystalline for that specific application is actually an advantage. So if we talk about quality from a purely physicist point of view, which would be having incredibly big grain sizes, that's perfect. That's if you want to have high mobilities, if you want to have some of the other really high-end properties, of course, that's the quality. But if you're talking about any of the energy applications, you're talking about defect engineering, not about quality. And that is the key, because you don't want high quality graphene. Well, in that sense, intending quality, as I said before, that is not going to help anything that is electrochemistry, or you need actually control of the defects, understanding what defects you want, where you want, how many of those. So indeed, I think this is a really, really important point that creates a lot of misunderstandings, even within ourselves sometimes. So imagine outside. And I don't necessarily have a recipe to say how we should communicate that to the outside of the graphene community, but perhaps indeed we should insist into, this is the application, this is the test vehicle, this is the metrics. Maybe the different metrics have to be really specified very clearly depending on what the application is. And maybe the emphasis should be more on that. Because if we overhype graphene and then it doesn't perform like one expects, then it's bad for us, in fact.